Welcome to the Linking Slinkies podcast, hosted by me, Howie.
And me, Al.
Just a couple of mates who thought they were pretty funny in high school and needed an excuse to catch up now they're old dads with busy schedules.
We catch up every week to discuss the good old days, as well as what is going on nowadays in our lives. Things often get off track pretty quick. So if you're into listening to tangents and potty humor from a couple of best mates, then this is the podcast for you.
Subscribe for new episodes every Monday, 8 a.m. And remember, never try to fix your mate's slinky.
Welcome back, everyone. We're back.
Woo! Sup, Al?
Episode 5, mate. We made it.
Episode 5. We're having to start to scroll down our run sheet now.
Yeah.
We're getting pretty legit.
5 episodes in and we haven't quit yet.
Yeah, not bad. It takes 21 days to make a habit. Oh, yeah?
21 days.
So just 21 episodes, I assume?
How long does it take to... so it takes 21 days to make a habit. How long does it take to break a habit? Because I've got a lot of habits I really want to break.
I think there's services for that.
No, I'm addicted to energy drinks again. Energy drinks.
Again?
Yeah, like sugar-free,
no.
sugar-free ones. But I only have one can a day. My nice big can of V here, sugar-free. One a day. It's my little treat. But if I don't get that one a day, I'm a bit grumpy, mate.
Is that an addiction, though?
I don't know. Well,
The one a day? What makes an addiction?
That's a good question, mate.
Write us in.
What are you addicted to? Is that an okay? But I do it every single day. And I look forward to it. I plan it. I make sure it's there. Like I've got other addictions as well. But what about is that an addiction? One can of energy drink a day?
I don't think it's like it's your replacement of coffee. You don't drink coffee much.
No.
Yeah. So like I look forward to my coffee every day. Like,
yeah. Okay.
Pumps me up.
But tomorrow, if I said to you, you can't have a coffee, how would that make you feel?
Oh, I'd probably do it. I wouldn't be happy about it, but I could do it.
Yeah. Yeah. See,
don't make me do it.
Okay. So I could do it, but I wouldn't be happy about it too.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
so
I'm
not addicted.
It's probably a habit more than an addiction, because you could just stop and you'd be cranky and it'd be tough, but you could do it.
Okay. So
you know what I mean?
That's how we form a habit and break a habit. This is a health and fitness podcast, mate.
Mate, if we fix the world's problems from these microphones.
One can of energy drink at a time.
How's your week?
Yeah, good, mate. Good. Well, actually, that's my default response, but to everyone. But since I'm talking to you, not fucking good, mate. Not good.
Talk to me.
We're in lockdown again, mate. Well, I am
again
in Brisbane.
Yeah, we're not far, I don't reckon.
We're supposed to go in for a 3-day lockdown. Now we're in for a week, I think it is. But basically, all the kids are at home. 3 kids in the house, working from home. I'm clocking in overtime downstairs. Really busy, babe. Oh, flat out at work. Just got to remotely reboot those PCs and, flat
order
out,
those
babe.
Screens.
Yeah. You know
that
how
never show up.
Yeah, putting in OT, mate. But no, I'm over lockdowns. I think everyone is, but hopefully it's just the week and then we can get over it. But it does annoy me that the gyms are closed. But anyway, I'm not getting my workouts in, mate. I went for a run.
Cool. Went old school?
Old school. Ran 5Ks.
5?
Yeah.
What was your time?
32 minutes and 30 seconds, I think.
Yeah, right. Are you being chased?
Just by the feelings of inadequacy. Is that a word? Feeling of being
Don't
shit.
get to be feeling of shit. Yeah. Oh, fair enough.
What about you, mate? How's your week
been? Hasn't been too bad. I went and had my first pedicure with a friend.
Is that the feet or the hands?
That's the feet, yeah. So we caught up for lunch. It was a good little lunch. And then on our way back, we got talking about feet, as you do. It comes up in most conversations, I think. And I just threw it out there of talking about pedicures, and then we just happened to be near one and went in, and it was not bad.
Don't you have ticklish feet?
Yeah, it was shit. But other than the tickling of the feet that I nearly kicked her in the nose, It wasn't bad. Got the old calves massage. Had this
Oh, that's
mango
nice.
sort of stuff, rubbed on the legs. It's very true what they say though. Like they talk ridiculously fast in their own language, and they're talking about you. Like if you're
Yeah.
the only bald, hairy guy with shit feet that walks in, and they all pause to see who's taking me, and then they all
Yeah.
talk in their language, so they're just talking smack. Who wants him?
I'd love to know that language and look like we do
Mm.
and go in and just listen.
Yeah. The only thing would have made it less obvious was if they started doing scissors, paper, rock. But like everything else was pretty obvious.
Once we were in Portugal, right? And Eugenia and I were having breakfast in a hotel, and we were sitting down having breakfast. And as you know, well, she speaks Russian, right?
Mm-hmm.
And obviously understands Russian. That's what happens when you can speak it. And
Oh.
we're sitting at this table, and there were some other Russians over on the other table, because wherever you go in the world, there's Russians. They're just everywhere. Trust me, they're just everywhere. And they were talking Russian to each other. And I was like, oh, babe, what are they saying? And she goes, oh, they're talking about you. They're talking about me. I wasn't wearing socks. Like, I don't know. I just wasn't wearing socks. I just had shoes on. And they were making fun of me for not wearing socks. And I was just wearing shoes. But I didn't know any Russian at the time. But I know a little bit. I know enough to say hello, goodbye, and stuff. I wanted to walk over and just say goodbye, like in paka, like whatever greeting to say, and like to see their faces. But I just didn't know it at the time. That's my biggest regret in life. But how funny with it? How funny
say, Eugenia, teach me.
Yeah,
teach me to say goodbye, and I'll walk over.
I did ask her. I'm like, how do you say goodbye? And she goes, oh, paka. But at the time, I was like, puka, puka. Like, I just had no idea. But I would love to just go over there and just say like goodbye in their language. That's the best. Thinking that they're talking to themselves, that no one understands them. But she knew. She knew, mate.
Yeah, she knew. But so it was a awkward, ticklish, but actually a really nice time. Getting the old hooves washed and massaged and stuff like that. It was pretty good. Didn't get any nail polish. No, mate. No, my feet aren't that bad. But didn't get any nail polish though. Opted not to do that. And then I spent the week kind of that borderline of a cold, hay fever. Like you're not sick, but you're not 100% either. So I was
you got COVID,
like
mate.
hay fever.
You got COVID, mate.
Nothing pisses me off more. Like, yeah, sure. That's the thing. Like you feel guilty coughing. Like I had a choke the other day in a cafe on my breath. I just took a deep breath in when I did something and I had a little choke. Yeah. And I had a cough and just everyone's just staring at you and you feel guilty. I'm like, I just had to cough. So I went to the bathroom and, got my cough out and then I was fine. I get it. I get it. Everyone's on edge. It's fine. It's just one of those things that sucks at the same time, I guess.
Yeah. So, it was all last year, and now back coming this year. I thought we got rid of it at the start of this year at work. As soon as someone like sneezes, like a sneeze is just everyone looks at you and it's like, oh, you got, like if they're friendly, they'll go, oh, you got the COVID, mate. But if they're not friendly, they'll just turn around and stare at you. Like, what am I supposed to do? Not sneeze?
Yeah, it's a normal bodily function. Or the people that do sneeze and then they go, it's not COVID.
Well, they're
you're
just
second on my list.
You're
second on the list that pisses me off. I didn't think it was.
You know what you should say now? You should sneeze, and then when everyone looks at you, just go, don't worry, I've got the test this morning. I haven't got the results yet, but I'll let you know.
Just pull out a rubber glove. Have you heard about the new test?
Yeah.
But God, it bothers me. But it's like back in the day like 2 years ago, you would sneeze and it was just, if you didn't have your hand over your mouth, you're a dick. But if you did have your hand over your mouth, you're like, all right, you're a good person. Now, if you sneeze, even if you're wearing a hazmat suit, people are still like, oh, I could be wearing a hazmat suit, sneeze into it, only affecting me. And people would still look at me and raise their eyebrows.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, you've hit a nerve, and I apologize.
But I think that ties into our episode perfectly, mate. I've jotted down a few things in the week that have just sort of hit my mind. I thought the perfect name for this episode would be, you know what really grinds my gears?
Oh,
classic Family Guy reference. I think that was
Classic
off the
Family Guy.
movie, wasn't it? Wasn't there a Family Guy movie? I can't remember.
no, I'm pretty sure it was some episodes. They had Peter, he gets a role on the news in
on
a
the
segment.
news,
You know,
yeah.
it grinds my gears.
But you know what really grinds my gears, mate?
What's that, mate?
Besides everything and besides COVID sneezes,
Mhm.
real estate agent signs.
Real estate agent signs, right? All right, talk us through.
How many real estate agent signs have you seen that is just a picture of the person, male, female, non-binary, whatever you are, the person on there and their number, and it just says bestseller in South Tamworth? How often have you been in the car driving with the missus, looking at a bus stop and going, oh, you know what, babe? Let's buy a house. Let's do it. Come on. I wasn't thinking about it, but come on. Bloody Steve Sullivan from Real Estate South Tamworth. Sorry if that's a real person. Bloody on the sign, just standing there. His face. There's nothing special. The person's just on the sign. They're just like, it's the only thing. It's the only company or business or whatever where the advertisement is just a person standing there.
Yeah.
Well, I guess besides strippers or whatever, but the person's just standing there. Like they're not. What's the product?
Yeah.
Them.
Yeah, just a suit, nice teeth.
Who is looking for a real estate agent so much that they're driving around looking at a bus stop and going, shit, yes, Jenny Cheng from Cheng's Real Estate. Yep, I like the way she looks on that bus stop. Come on, let's give her a buzz. Sell the house.
Let's give her a buzz. I think
Come on, kids, we're out.
I think that's probably more where it's coming from. Not so much buying a house, but more if I was to sell a house, who would I sell through? The person who has the most pictures around town.
The most pictures?
The most pictures. You know, if like you sell your house, you're just like, oh, we probably need to sell our house. I don't actually know a real estate agent. Hang on. I've seen, what was it? Stephen Curry? What did you say his name is?
I don't know.
Sullivan.
Stephen Curry.
Sullivan. Stephen Sullivan. I've seen Steve Sullivan everywhere. I might give him a call. If he can afford billboards at bus stops.
Yeah. Would
He
that
can
make you
sell
want to
my-
sell your house with Steve-O?
I don't know. I've never had to sell my house. Maybe it does. Write us in.
Right. It's it.
Write us in. Does Steve Sullivan's photo at the bus stop make you want to sell your house or buy a house?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sick of real estate signs. They're only good when you'd like when the kids draw mustaches on them or like a SWAT sticker on the forehead or something like that.
Tell you what, they were really good when we were younger. I had a mate that used to love crash tackling real estate signs. They made like gunshot noises, just straight into it. But that's wrong, and
Yes.
don't do that at home.
We don't.
Yeah.
Kids listening, please don't do that. Do not
You know what
crash
grinds my
tackle.
gears?
What, mate?
When kids crash tackle real estate signs, it's just really immature.
Every real estate agent listening is like, oh, that's my biggest pet peeve. Crash tackling the
No.
signs.
Yeah, now I know who did it.
Just make it out of metal. You'll be right.
No, I get it. I get what you're saying.
Okay, so last week, Howie, we actually got our first sponsor. So I'd just like to acknowledge the support from our previous week's sponsor. Thank you so much for sponsoring the show. But I actually managed to pick up another sponsor this week, mate. Can you believe it?
No. What, 5 episodes in, we've got 2 sponsors.
Okay. So I'd just like to give a shout out and thank you so much. Really support them. Really helps out the show. So check them out. Ah, a nice can of regular cow milk. Oh, no. Do you love milk? Are you sick and tired of having milky poos? Well, we have an animal for you. That's right. It's a goat. Did you know you can milk a goat? Well, now you do. Goatsy's patent-pending goat milker milks all types of goats, like the mountain goat, the silky goat, the goaty goat, and many more. Goat's milk is high in vitamin G, as well as several other things. Got milk? Got goat? Well, now you do. Google Goatsy today for a visual representation of how you feel after consuming goat's milk. That's Goatse. Goatsy. Just 1 litre of Goatsy's goat milk will put the G in your P so you can stick it in the V. If for whatever reason you are unsatisfied with Goatsy's goat milk, you can always get fucked. Google Goatsy today. Goatse. Goatsy. Thanks for that.
Yeah, nice.
So, you know what really grinds my gears? Not having
What's
more
that?
sponsors. So
Not having
sponsor
more
the show.
sponsors. Sponsor the show. If you want to like get your name out there as a real estate agent on an up and coming
imagine if the
podcast.
sponsor was a real estate agent.
Look, the signs aren't working. This podcast is really up and coming. Did you know 3% of our viewers are in Italy now?
3% are from Italy. Who's listening from Italy?
Yeah, if you're listening from Italy, can you email us and tell us why?
I have to live Buongiorno. Is that Italy? Is that Spanish? I forgot.
Italy's
Italian. I mean, Italian. Sorry. I've offended all 3 of our listeners.
Yeah, great. Now we don't have a sponsor
Yeah.
or a listener in Italy.
Real estate sponsors canned. Our listeners from Italy are gone. All right. Anyway.
Can I suspend you so it's just the Howie podcast for 2 weeks? And you're back in.
Well, what really grinds your gears, mate?
What really grinds my gears, mate? Bots. Have you been getting bots friending you on Facebook?
Yeah. More so Instagram for me, but yeah, a bit on Facebook.
Oh, this week has been non-stop bot.
Non-stop bot.
Yeah, bots friending me on Facebook non-stop. I'll wake up in the morning to like 4 or 5 bots just friending me on Facebook. And you know what? Sometimes I get a little excited. I'll have to admit. Sometimes I go, is today the day that a supermodel wants to be my friend?
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm just like, maybe this is legit. Maybe it's not some guy just trying to get my bank details. Maybe Shania actually wants to be my friend. Like I'm a fun guy. Like
Shania Smith.
Shania Smith. Yeah. Maybe she does want to be my friend, but then I start thinking, if she does, what do we do? Like we can't go out. We can't go out for snacks because she doesn't eat. And I can't afford like birthday presents or anything because she only has designer stuff. So what do we do? What does your friendship look like? Yeah, maybe I don't want a friend that's a supermodel, you know? Like we, you know, I want to go eat a burger and, you know, like get you a gift voucher. You know, I ain't getting you a handbag like Gucci, like that ain't happening. And yeah, I don't think there's anywhere in this town that we can go for lunch that would suit. So yeah, maybe I don't want Shania as a friend. So then I just delete them. And this is the process I go through every morning when I wake up about 4:30 is open Facebook, all these friend requests. I'm like, oh yeah, must be just a bot. And then I'm like, no, maybe they want to be my friend.
So what you're telling me is there aren't sexy single ladies in my area looking for me?
Apparently not.
Damn it.
How many have you accepted?
All of them. Yeah. How do you know they're fake with their one profile picture updated 1 week ago?
And why do I still check every single time I just go in and check the profile to make? I'm just like,
just in case.
Yeah, just in case it is real.
Yeah.
And Shania wants to be my friend. I'll just check the profile out. Oh, yep. Link to her page and one photo of her.
Yeah.
You know, in a penthouse suite doing something.
You can actually reverse image search for photos on the desktop, mate. So
can you?
Yeah, let's see if it's on Google. So that's a quick tip for people. I think you can do it now in Chrome built in. Anyone, you just right click on it and search for image on Google. There used to be an extension called Tiny Eye, mate. It was very handy back in the day on the 4chan boards to see if it was original image or not.
So you reverse image search Shania and just make sure she's legit or not?
Yeah. And if there's no results, accept.
Except, what if you actually find the actual person and then you're just like, hey, thought you should know someone's using your photos for this? Like, they know, but like by that time they probably know.
Yeah,
that's what grinds my gears, mate.
That's probably a compliment though, right? If you're a model, you want like to be thought of a pretty single lady, right? Like, oh, how many bot accounts have you got, Shania?
do you think, all right, all to our female listeners, are you getting bots that are photos of me and Al?
No.
Like, are we bots to then the female population?
No.
Like, is it just
no?
Like, is it just you and I sharing a goon bag? And then it's just a link to our page or something like that? Like, are you getting, is it botted, spammed? Botted, but it's called botted.
But I think the point is like they use a pretty female picture to attract men to give up their credit card details, right? If people see an image of my face pop up and ask for their credit card details, I don't think that's going to work too well.
They'll give credit card details to make us go away.
Yeah, just stop.
Just stop.
Please go away.
Yeah, but that's interesting. That's it. Like, yeah. Wonder if we are bots over in another country somewhere. Yeah. Write us in if you've seen our faces as a bot. But yeah, don't want a supermodel as a friend. The other thing, question for you.
I'm ready, mate.
I had a really good question this week.
Yeah.
The first person to eat an egg.
To eat an egg?
Yeah.
Like a chicken.
Here's how I reckon it played out. Two guys are sitting there and they're just like, check this out. And they just wait for this chicken. Like, he saw that lay an egg. He's like, all right, I got to get some. Al, come check this out. And then they're just like, no, wait for it. And this chicken's just, the egg falls out.
Yeah.
And he's like, I dare to eat that. How did the first person? My question is, the first person that ate the egg, like, right. What was that about? And then they just went, do we crack it? Like, what if we crack it first?
I'm sick of this
just
crunchy.
Don't eat the egg. Yeah, it's really crunchy. Inside tastes all right, but outside's terrible. What if we take the inside out? Ah, you're a genius, mate. And then someone just went, what if we heat it up?
You used to always say too, what was the first person, what was the person doing that realized like cow's milk was drinkable?
Yeah. First person to drink cow's milk. What were they doing?
But then
the same thing.
Yeah, but then I guess they did see the baby cow, whatever it's called, calf.
Yeah, but still, like, someone's
Yeah.
walked past and they've saw that and they're like, same thing again. I got to tell someone.
Yeah.
Like, hang on, wait for it. Look at that.
Dare to drink that.
Have a crack.
Isn't that half of everything? Like, how do they know what berries was poisonous and what berries were not poisonous? Like,
yeah, good.
Oi, Howie, check out that pink berry over there. Looks fucking good, eh? Oh, I don't know. Dare to eat that. Righto.
Eat it.
And then they just die and they're like, all right, put that on the list of not things to eat.
We need to tell everyone.
Yeah, get around. Pink, no.
Raw chicken, though. Like, the guy that ate raw chicken and then just like spent hours on the toilet and just dead. And then someone went, maybe it'll be all right if we heat it up. I'm not trying it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, there's so much stuff. There's so much stuff that you have to cook well or right, or otherwise it just kills you.
Yeah. Imagine if we invented something today. Yeah, trial and error. But what if I dared you to do something today and then we found out that it's really good? And then,
what's poisonous at the moment that you think needs to be just cooked? Oh, rat sack.
Rat sack.
You wouldn't boil up that. Yeah, you wouldn't boil it up and eat it, mate.
Can put some tea sauce on it.
No,
maybe it's actually delicious. Within 6 months, it's been served in like Rats eat it. They seem fun. But 5 months time, it's been served in like the finest French 5-star restaurant, just deep fried rat sack with a bit of tea sauce on it.
Yeah, ratatouille will be all over it, mate.
Yeah. It's like that fish that kills you unless you cut it and cook it correctly.
Yeah, it was on The Simpsons, the puffer fish.
Yeah. Is that real? Or is that just the Simpsons taking the piss?
I don't know. They predicted a lot of stuff. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
I'd say it's real.
But again, like they just keep, what if we cut it differently?
Yeah. How do they know that one leg? I almost said leg of a fish. How do they know that one fin of a fish? What do fish look like again? I don't even know what that. Yeah, that one section's like, it tastes all right. It's not really worth risking dying for. But anyway, listeners at home, please don't boil up rat sack and eat it.
Yeah.
Probably not good.
Or if you do, let us know.
Just record it for TikTok.
But that, and I had another question. Another question that was genius as well was the Olympics run, right?
Yes.
If the Olympics was like their dress code, like they were naked, like if Olympians were naked, which event would be the most awkward to watch?
Just before I think about that, weren't the first Olympics all naked?
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure that the first Olympics in like Athens or wherever it was, they were all naked.
I don't think they have like skateboarding and swimming back then.
Yeah. Swimming, yeah. Okay.
Swimming.
What's the most awkward to watch or most fun?
A bit of both. I reckon hurdles would be pretty awkward.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking gymnastics. Something on that pummel horse. Is that what it's called? Pummel horse? Watching a guy on the pummel horse naked with his willy flying around on a pummel horse doing the extra points for the helicopter move in the middle there. I would say the diving. Yeah, diving would be good.
It's only the men's events. Let's be honest. It's only the men's events are going to be awkward.
I guess so. The female running would be interesting. But yeah, imagine wrestling. I'm sure they used to wrestle naked. Like I'm sure I've seen pictures of wrestling. old pictures of men wrestling naked. Or that might have been some of the websites. It's probably our next sponsor, mate.
Well, that was the Olympics, mate.
Yeah. Can't wait for the Paralympics, mate.
Oh, Jesus.
No, but I'm going to go pummel horse, mate. That'll be my favorite event to watch naked. Yeah. I'm sure they did that naked. Every listener right now is like, they fucking started off naked, you idiots. But I don't think everyone does.
It wasn't on Channel 7 then, was it?
No.
And it was like something like, I don't know what was in there, but it was probably more simple stuff.
Wrestling. Wrestling and running. What else are you going to do in the first Olympics?
I think the discus, though, like that would be... Yeah. The discus is, and I'm pretty sure they're sponsored by our sponsor as well. And the discus.
The hammer throw. They got to sing, you spin me right round, baby.
Right round, baby, right round.
Before they go off the hammer throw. It's a 2-man event, right?
So the singles now, and I see the doubles. What about the skating, though? Skating.
I watched a bit of that. It's really impressive. I was watching that.
It's pretty cool.
On Instagram, Tony Hawk was doing an Instagram live and he was watching the female skaters. They were really good.
They're really good. Yeah. I love the Olympics. I reckon it's really impressive. I like the commentators though. Like who would have thought that there's commentators for skating?
Yeah.
Like I don't know half the stuff they're doing.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, oh, that flip's amazing. Apparently it has a name and executed well and stuff. I'm like, as long as they're still on the board, I'm pretty stoked.
You played Tony Hawk's, mate, didn't you? Underground.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Love
it. Hidden tapes. Love it.
Put that in. That's what they should put in the event. Like those big, you know, how you had to collect like SKATE around the map. That's what they should put around like big, like helium balloons, and they have to go around and like hit the balloons to get extra points. And then the hidden VHS tape.
But yeah, I thought there were 2 really good questions I got this week. So
who asked that? Did you
clients of mine? Yeah, clients of mine.
Nice.
Yeah, hit me up with some good questions.
Hit us up with some more.
The only other thing I guess grinds my gears is you need a license for everything.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So we've got like gun license, which is fair enough. Like, I think you should have a gun license. Car license, again, I'm happy. Like you should know how to drive a car.
Correct.
Boat license. Again, you should, learn, boat, jet ski, all these other things. You need a license for lots and lots and lots of things. Like, I guess permits also comes in. You need a permit to build a house. You need a permit to do your job. You need a permit for, permits and licenses, blah, 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 to do all this stuff.
Gotcha.
Pen license. You need a pen license. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
To have kids, nothing.
Okay. So you're proposing we need licenses to have kids?
I'm proposing at least something like a
Check.
multiple choice checklist or something, right? I've been really thinking about this. It's just like, what if I didn't have my pen license and they got me to sign the birth certificate?
In pencil.
Do you have a pencil? Like, it just makes no sense. Like, what if I then get my daughter, I then teach her to be an assassin where she can use a gun, drive a car or a boat and kill someone with a pen?
You'll probably get your parent license removed.
I'll get my parent license removed, right? But I don't have a license, therefore I can't lose it.
Have you got demerit points? Like, if they
like if your children stuff up, you lose points, you get fines. But like the gun license, car license, like all that's in there to obviously protect the public. Yeah. What if I teach my child just to be a shit of a human being, and then like someone has a license so they know how to use a gun if they need to use a gun?
Okay, so okay. You're working at the parent. Let's say it's done at what's the RTA? What's it called again?
Service New South Wales or Service Queensland or whatever.
Yeah, I forget what it's called. Anyway, you're at the parent license shop. I'm walking in. Oh, hi. My name's Al. I'd just like to apply for a parent license, please.
Yeah, no worries. I just need you to sign Form 13A and 69B. And if you can please just take a seat, I will be with you in a second.
Do you need that form signed in pen?
We do usually prefer it to be signed in pen, yes.
Are you going to be checking for my pen license?
Do you have your pen license on you, sir?
Yes.
Just a fake
and I hand you a fake license in pencil that's written my name. I don't have my pen license yet.
It's in crayon. Your name is McLovin. Yes, I have my pen license. Why is it in crayon?
No. Why is it not in pen? Well, I didn't have the license before I wrote the license.
Oh, yeah, it all checks out.
So I can have a kid? Thanks.
Yeah, you can. But, you know what I mean? Like for your L's, at least for your L's, there was like 20 questions of multiple choice and you could have a practice test.
Yeah.
No.
So what's the practice test? You got to look after someone's kid for a day.
Yeah, maybe. Like they just handed me this child and then I put it down in the bassinet and they're like, you did that wrong. And I'm like, well, like, didn't you do the safe sleeping course? I'm like, probably. But,
you're speaking from a real life experience there, mate.
Yeah, mate. Look, when they gave me the pen, I knew how to use that because I had my pen license.
Yeah.
And they gave me the child. I didn't know how to use the child because I didn't have my child license.
I wonder if pen license is still a thing. I don't know. I've got a daughter at school. I haven't even asked. She's in
maybe
year 2.
Like Chromebook license now.
Chromebook license, yeah. You know how I got my yeah. You know how I got my pen license was a few of our friends were like starting to write in pen, and a few of them got pen license. I don't even know how you officially properly get it, but one day we got our activity sheet for the day. And I just wrote it in pen. And the teacher's like, oh, do you have your pen license, Alex? So I'm like, no. And she's like, oh, you can write in pen. Here you go. Here's your pen license. And I was like, righto. How do you actually legit get a pen license? Like what?
I remember it was year 3 and our teacher wrote everyone's name up on the board.
Yeah.
And if your handwriting was neat enough, you got a stroke. And I think it was like 3 strokes, you get your pen license. I was the last person up on the board and I did it. I think I had 1 stroke and everyone else is on their pen license. And then I just started using a pen instead because I'm the only person up. No, I never checked. I was the only person on the board still using pencils. And I just thought, I'm not going to make the school keep buying pencils just for me. I'm going to do the right thing and just use a pen.
So what you're saying is you've been illegally operating a pen for the past 20 years.
Yeah, but don't tell anyone. If you're listening
Need
to
the
this
pen
in Italy,
police.
please.
The pen police.
It was embarrassing. I got terrible handwriting though. That's why I can type very quick, but handwriting, not my jam.
Do you still write cursive, like running writing?
I think it's just shit on paper, to be honest. Like I've got my notes here of like so I've got a book that sits on my desk of what to do for the day.
Yeah.
Mixed between all the stuff I got to do. And I read it the next day and I'm like, what does that say?
yeah.
And I'm trying to go through it and I'm like, what did I have to do? Like, it's just a waste of ink, really, because it's not telling me what I need to do because I can't read it.
Thank God for computers. I'm like that, but with spelling. I'm a horrible speller, and thank God for autocorrect. But sometimes I spell words so bad, autocorrect's just like, nah, you're on your own, mate. Like, I don't even know what the fuck this is. Like, can you at least get some right?
At least point me in the right direction here, brother.
Google's the best spell checker. Half of my search history is just words. They're just random words. If like you're looking through my Google search history, like looking for good shit, it's just random words that I don't know how to spell. It doesn't even make sense.
What's a word? Give me a word.
People are going to think I'm R-worded. Things like, I swear I'm dyslexic too. Like not fully dyslexic, but I am definitely partly dyslexic. Like the words screw up in my head. But available, I haven't, for some reason, available just doesn't sit in my head. Got to constantly search for available. I'm like, but sound out available. Available. It should be A-V-A-L-E available. Oh, no, it should be A-V-A-L-A-B-L-E, right? Available. Not a fucking I and an E and an L and a wherever they are in the word. Ban the word available or change it. Come on, I'm looking at you, Oxford Dictionary. Jerk.
Just say I'm free.
Oh, mate, you have no idea how many emails I've just reworded because I can't spell shit. Are you available? Available? Are you free at 3, mate?
So what's interesting then is when you search for something on Google, then all your social media is showing you ads for that.
Yeah.
So you search for available in Google, next minute all your ads is like, no wonder you're getting all these bots, mate. They say you're available.
Yeah.
It's like calendar software.
Yeah.
Like just all this stuff throughout your Facebook. They should give you spell check ads though, like software spelling check ads. That's what they need.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't targeted me for dictionaries. A dictionary still saying?
You could buy this one dictionary and receive a second one totally free for 4 payments of $39.95.
Yeah. Okay. Well, kid license. Okay. Let us know what you think. Do you think you need a license to have kids? Been interesting.
I think just a quiz, multiple choice, 20 questions, just to make sure that you listened in the classes.
Did you know in the UK, I just remembered this, in the UK, they actually have to have a TV license. I swear to God, Google it. Google it. Everyone listening, Google it. You have to have a TV license. I think it's to watch TV or own a TV. One household has to have a TV license. I read this once on Reddit and I had to Google it and it blew my mind. They actually have to pay a fee and their fee goes to BBC or whatever, ABC or whatever their equivalent of the government TV. But imagine watching TV one day and you just the door busts open. It's the TV cops and they're like, "Where the fuck's your TV license, mate?" Oh, "G'day, governor. Where's your TV license, governor?" And you're like, it's just in my wallet." And you just slowly walk over to your wallet and just jump out the window.
Everyone for themselves.
Yeah.
But what is that? What?
I swear to God, it's real. TV license.
TV license.
In the UK.
They defend themselves. I'm a responsible TV owner. I keep my TV in a safe.
Yeah. I turn it off every night. and I renew it, replace it every 3 to 4 years. And look
clean
after
it. I
it.
pull it apart and I clean it, put it back together.
Responsible TV license.
I'd never bring out the TV for anyone that wasn't allowed to watch TV.
I think they tried to bring in bicycle licenses once, didn't they? They were talking about that in New South Wales because I used to work in local government. I swear they were talking about bringing in, like you have to have a bike license for a bicycle. But
I think it was.
Yeah,
I think they were looking for it for the people that ride on the road. I think they were looking at them contributing to the bike lanes and stuff like that that are made in places like that. I'm on the fence. It could go either way.
Just the logistics of checking, like, are you going to get roadside stopped on a bike?
Yeah, imagine getting pulled over by the police. Like they put their siren on and you just wheel off to the left. And then do you stay on your bike or do you walk to them or do you just stay on your bike and then they, slowly walk up to you and they're like, license and registration?
Well, they would be on their bike too, right?
Well, maybe cops. Not. Maybe it's in a cop car.
Yeah, that's true.
Like highway patrol, just pull you over the lights and then pull you over and then you're just waiting. Do you
have to carry it on you all time too?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. You know how fast you were going?
No, it's a bike.
That's a bike. License and registration.
Yeah, yes. But you can get done for RBT, right? If you're riding your bike drunk. Is that true?
I don't know. Oh, maybe. I know you can get done without a helmet, I'm pretty sure. But I think they just tell you to put a helmet on.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can't ride your bike drunk. But maybe you'd have to be an asshole cop to fine someone for riding drunk. Unless they're really bad in the middle of a busy street or something, I guess.
Yeah. I dare to ride your bike drunk and eat some deep fried rat sack.
While naked applying for the Olympics. So, you remember our little discussion about dreams?
Yep.
And for everybody that didn't listen, was it last week's episode?
Yeah, last week's episode. Yeah.
Last week's episode, I was talking about how I was sick of hearing about people's dreams and stuff. But my favorite dream of all time was your dream. Not even my own dream. My favorite dream of all time was your dream where you were waiting for your parents at the front of Woolies, got shot and turned into a mattress. And people were sitting on you.
People were sitting on me. Like no one was helping me. People were just sitting on me. And I'm trying to, Anyway.
And we asked our delightful listeners to email in if they could top that. And we got an email.
And
it's not in Italian.
It's not in Italy.
But it's from our good old mate, Mitt. I don't know if he wants me to say the name.
I think he used a code name. So
okay. It's from our good old mate from high school, Bitch Shitten. Thanks, bitch, for writing in.
Yeah. So everyone at high school, if you can send
Decipher
us who
that.
you think that might be, you get some free deep fried rat sack.
Okay. Thanks for emailing in, bitch. But basically he writes, "Hey fellas, I will ignore this new information regarding Alex hating hearing other people's dreams and attempt to top Howie's weird dream. Here's a reoccurring dream I used to have at high school. This may interest you because you pair actually make a brief appearance in this dream. I really hope it's a wet dream.
Yeah.
I'm walking through some green rolling hills, the sort of scene you might see on an old shitty Windows screensaver.
Sound of Music style.
Yeah. In the middle of the field is a fucking giant toaster, the size of a 2-story house. It has somewhat of an ominous aura. I walk up to the toaster and climb up to the top, so I'm looking down into the toaster. When I look down into the toaster, my whole high school year group of students, including you chaps, it's us, are screaming for help because they are being toasted alive. I run around the top of the toaster looking for the eject toast button, but after having the dream multiple times, I have never found it. Pass on my condolences to the tortured versions of yourselves that live inside my head. Cheers, bitch shitting." That's fantastic.
Do you think he likes us, or
Yeah, I don't know.
has he tried looking for the eject high school student's friend, eject my friends button? Because we're not toast.
Yeah.
That's genius. That's genius.
That's so good. Thank you, Bitchin. So I think I'm going to interpret your dream here, Bitchel. Basically, what I'm getting from this is you're probably very sexually frustrated. And probably this stopped reoccurring right around the time you probably weren't sexually frustrated anymore, bitch. But if it pops up later in life again, how cool would that be if we just talk about it so much and he listens and like it gets back into his head? And now we're
just the
trapped
toaster
inside
dreams
the
back.
toaster.
I said, no. Years and years of
Years of therapy.
counseling.
Yeah.
It's back.
So if you can top Bitchel's weird dream, please send it in to linkingslinkies@gmail.com and we'll read it out and we'll read into it and see what that means. But have you had reoccurring dreams?
Not really. Like you get those reoccurring ones where you try to run away but your legs are heavy.
Yeah.
But it's never been. I'd never say it's been the same reoccurring dream. It's just
I'm sure that means something.
The outcome of the dream is the same, but the actual dream itself is not.
I've had reoccurring areas like my nan's house. I always dream about that one particular house where different shit happens and different people all the time, but that area sticks around all the time.
I have dreams about old jobs, or I feel like that I've just been on holidays and I've had to go back to work at this job and I don't really want to, and like we're understaffed and I'm going like a bat out of hell, and then I wake up and it's time to actually go to work and I'm bloody exhausted. I feel like I've just been just wake up like bloody understaffed. What?
Yeah, we turned into the dream podcast. My one nightmare. Damn it! Still talking about dreams. Thanks for writing, Mitch.
Thank you. I reckon we do this week on our Instagram. I reckon we get we take some questions, from our listeners. Let's engage with our listeners a little bit more. What do they want to hear about?
Yeah, write us in. So also, Howie, I was thinking, did you know there's actually, the Guinness Book of Record? It used to be huge in the early 2000s. I loved them as a kid. You'd get because this was pre-internet, pre-good internet and stuff.
Yeah, first most famous book other than the Bible.
Yeah, I wonder if it's in the Guinness Book of Records. Just has a page to itself. It's like we got the record for second famous book. It's a book full of records. I don't know. Is it worldwide? Guinness. Does Guinness, the drink, actually make Guinness Book of Records?
Oh, I don't think that's what it means. I think wasn't the person's name Guinness that founded it or something?
So he makes really good books and really good dark ale. Or is this a different person?
I think it's the same person. Okay. Just like how some people's last name's Brendan and some people's first name's Brendan.
Oh, right. I don't follow that. Sorry. Don't know what you're talking about. But basically, there's a Guinness Book of Record for the oldest person. So the oldest person has, again, like, I don't know, 115, whatever it is at the moment. But surely that is changing pretty often because that person's pretty old. And the second they die, it just goes to the next person in line. They're not doing anything. They're just aging. And that's an achievement. And then they get it. So imagine like they have to verify every record. The Guinness people, not the people that make the ale, right? So, like quick record. Go down the factory, have a few pints, and then head out to check this old person. So they have to verify it. So they fly out to Houston in America or whatever, and they find Sally, the 122-year-old that wants to die any second, and she goes, "Oh, I'm having a horrible time." Whatever they do, I don't know who wants to live that old anyway. They go up to her and they check. I don't know. How do you check a person's age? Like, did they have birth certificates 120 years ago? I don't know. Do they count the rings around a asshole? I don't know, like a tree. See how old she is? Whatever. Imagine you go to all that effort. You give her the certificate. You're old, whatever. Congratulations. And then the next day they just die. And it's like,
Mm.
well, all right, who's next on the list? Get in the plane, fly to Perth, Australia. Oh, here you go, Jenny. You're the shit. Who's next on the list? Like, it must just continually just go around
is
finding
the safest job.
the
You're just never out of work. Like, just nonstop. You have a job. I guess it's like, it could be worse. Like, you get off the plane and you're starting to call an Uber to go to their house, and they're like, "Oh, look, no point."
Yeah, just pack it up.
And he's like, back on the plane team.
Yeah.
And then you go all the way over to the other side of the world. Just get off the plane. You've got 1,000 messages saying, "Don't worry."
Yeah, it's like, damn it.
Maybe I'll go the second oldest person.
Yeah, just straight for the second oldest person.
Yeah.
By the time you get there, just check who's on the top of the list.
Yeah. Imagine their partner's like, "Oh, how was your day, dear?" Shit. Flew over the world. Do you want to talk about it? No. Just want to go to bed. Got an early flight in the morning. I'll probably get there and they'll be dead again.
Shout out to Guinness.
Shout out to Guinness, both the ale and the book. Unless they are the same person. I tried to Google it. So it started out as a authority on record-breaking achievements, starting out as an idea for a book on facts to solve arguments in pubs. That's where it got the name Guinness. And maybe it is the same.
Maybe they sponsored it.
Yeah,
Sponsor our
Guinness Book of
podcast.
Records, Ultimate Authority. Yeah, so Sir Hugh Beaver, managing director
Huge
of Guinness
Beaver.
Brewery. Huge Beaver.
That's my favorite website. Hugebeaver.com.
That's our next sponsor. No, you're right. It is the same. Guinness Brewery.
Is it?
Yeah, it's the
There
same.
you
So it
go.
was, they were arguing about the fastest game bird in Europe and failed to find an answer in any book.
Wow.
They just made a book.
That's awesome. Look, that's just a couple of blokes, a couple of guys hanging out, getting drunk and just arguing. They're like, no, fuck you, I'll make a book to prove you wrong.
So then these twins, the Norris Twins, they were famous researchers back then. They hired them to compile a book of facts and figures.
That's awesome.
And, just so they could settle arguments in pubs.
Wow. Shout out to Guinness and shout out to the oldest person living. I'm really
In
sorry.
case you're wondering.
Yeah.
The fastest game bird is the golden plover, just in case you're wondering.
I knew that, mate.
Everyone was on edge, I think. So that's actually pretty impressive. I swear that we are just educational. Let's
Health
change
and
this-
fitness, educational,
lifestyle,
comedy,
life coaches, comedy,
everything. What else is that? True crime. That's what we're gonna get.
crime.
True crime podcasts are pretty popular.
Yeah.
Well, let's kill someone and make it a cold case, and then make a podcast about us solving the cold case, and then ultimately we get arrested.
Yeah, look, write us in if you've ever killed anyone, and we'll see if we can figure it out. Like leave some details out, and we'll see if we can figure it out.
Don't do it from your work email.
Yeah, no. Just like scan in an image of like a magazine where you've cut the letters out.
Yeah.
And we've got to guess how you did it.
Nice. I think we'll be number one podcast in no time.
Yeah, we're just doing anything to get people to write us in, though, aren't we?
Yeah.
Just write us in.
Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, 5-star, and write something. We'll read it out. I love this episode, mate.
I'm excited to listen to it back, I think.
This was a great episode, mate. Really good. Really liked it. Really enjoyed it. So if you got anything that grinds your gears as well and you're listening, please write us in at linkingslinkies@gmail.com or leave us a 5-star review on Apple. Or if you're listening on YouTube, like and subscribe and leave a comment below of what really grinds your gears. Maybe we can relate. Maybe we won't relate and say you're a whinger, whatever. That's probably what people are thinking. That's what I'm whinging about. The oldest person in the Guinness Book of Records. But thanks so much for listening, guys. It really means a lot to us. I look forward to this every week. Subscribe for new episodes every Monday, 8 a.m. And as always, don't let your mate try and fix your slinky.
Over and out.